Starting a real estate career is so exciting, but let's be real. It can also be completely overwhelming, especially when it comes to managing your money. Today, I'm sharing 5 essential budgeting tips that will not only help you survive, but also thrive as a new real estate agent. Tip 1 is create a realistic budget. First things first, right? You've got to have a budget. Start by listing out all of your expenses, both personal and business, but keep them separate. Make sure for business, you don't forget things like MLS fees, lockbox fees, association fees, your phone bill. The list goes on and on when you're running your own business. So really take the time to write all of those expenses out so that you're able to create a realistic budget. And I know that creating a budget can sound very restrictive, but the reality is a budget is simply going to tell you where your money is going. It is a very positive thing and a habit that you should get in very early on when running your own business. Additionally, don't forget to set aside money for taxes and an emergency fund. Your emergency fund isn't going to get built overnight, and that's okay, but you should be contributing money from every single commission check to your emergency fund. I recommend 10% from every single check. Taxes. Taxes are such a big one when you're running your own business. You've got to have money set aside for taxes, and I recommend setting aside 20 to 30% of every commission check for your taxes. It's much better to be safe than sorry come tax time. Tip 2 is separate personal and business finances, and you will thank yourself by getting your business accounts set up as soon as you possibly can when you become a new real estate agent. Come tax time, it will make it so much easier because you will know exactly what your work-related expenses are. Personally, I have 3 business accounts set up. I have one for operations, I have a savings account, and then I have a savings account that's specifically for tax dollars. I call it my tax account. And the reason that I have it set up this way is I learned early on in this business, I personally made the mistake of mixing personal and business finances, and that made tax time absolute hell for my first 2 years. Then I wisened up and separated everything. And I find that having 3 accounts for my business makes it very simple that when I get a commission check deposited into the operations account, I can then easily funnel money out into the other 2, and that keeps me saving where I need to be saving with every single commission check. It creates discipline within my business, and then come tax time, it's very easy for my accountant to jump in and handle everything for me. Now, I do use QuickBooks, which I didn't in the beginning, and I don't think you necessarily have to. It certainly has made my life easier, and I think it's worth the investment. But you can also do this by simply having business accounts set up and then using an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Sheet in order to track everything and then turn it over to your accountant. Tip 3 is prioritize essential investments. And the key word here is essential. There are so many bright, shiny objects in the real estate industry, and everywhere you look, someone's telling you that you need this and you need that, and this will transform your business. And the reality is, when you are just getting started in real estate, in most cases, the budget is extremely tight, so you have to be very careful where you're investing. Invest in areas that are actually going to grow your business. You're going to need that professional headshot. It's an essential. You're also going to need signs and lock boxes so that you can actually conduct business. But when you're making these decisions on what to invest in, really look at your budget and ask yourself, is this a tool that I need right now? A really good example that I give when I am talking to a new agent about getting their business set up is CRMs are talked about so much in the real estate industry. And yes, CRMs have their place, but you absolutely don't have to have one from the day you get your real estate license. If you don't have the money for it, that's okay. You can bootstrap it and use an Excel sheet, and it will still work out just fine until you've closed enough deals to then invest in a CRM. Tip 4 is plan for slow months. Real estate just simply isn't consistent, and there are going to be slow months. And when you're a brand new agent, there can be more slow months than booming months. So you want to make sure that you are planning ahead in your business. I recommend an emergency fund of anywhere from 3 to 6 months of both your living and your business expenses, preferably 6 months. And yes, it's going to take some time to build that, but the odds of you having 6 months of slowness in your business are very low. And what that does when you have that cushion built up is you know that you don't have to stress if you have an off month or even if you have a couple slow months. It's not a big deal because you have an emergency fund. Start working on contributing to that as soon as possible. Tip 5 is track every dollar. And I really do mean track every single dollar that comes in and goes out of your business. Whether you use QuickBooks like I do, you could use an app like Mint, or you can just use that good old spreadsheet. As long as you are staying on top of your finances and really managing them, that is the key to success. You have to know where your money is going. And by doing that, it's going to help you spot patterns. You're going to cut unnecessary expenses and you're going to be able to save more. Personally, I run a profit and loss statement the first of every single month so that I can review what happened the month before and make adjustments as needed. I also like to do a quarterly review where I really analyze my expenses and determine if there's any area that I can cut back in. And there you have it, 5 budgeting tips to help you form good financial habits as a new real estate agent. Remember, managing your money wisely is just as important as lead generation in your real estate business. If you found this video helpful, please consider hitting that like button. And until I see you on the next one, thanks for watching.